Did you know the average American drivers unknowingly destroy their manual transmission because of simple mistakes? But here's the kicker. Most of these mistakes are easily avoidable. In this video, I am going to uncover 10 common manual transmission mistakes that can destroy your car and how to avoid them. I will also share a bonus tip that can save thousands of dollars in repairs. Stay with me until the end, and I guarantee you'll drive smoother, save money, and avoid these costly errors. So buckle up and let's get started. Mistake number one, resting your foot on the clutch pedal. One of the most common mistakes manual drivers make is keeping their foot lightly pressed on the clutch pedal while driving, thinking it gives them better control. This habit, known as riding the clutch, and it's a big mistake. When you don't fully release the clutch, it creates constant friction between the clutch plate and the flywheel. Over time, this constant friction wears out the clutch plate, making it less responsive and more prone to slipping. A slipping clutch results in poor acceleration, decreased fuel efficiency, and difficulty climbing hills. Always remove your foot completely from the clutch pedal after shifting gears. Rest your foot on the footrest instead of hovering over the clutch. This simple change will make your clutch last thousands of miles longer and improve your car's performance. Mistake number two, holding the clutch down at a red light. Keeping the clutch down for long periods might seem harmless, but it puts constant stress on the throwout bearing. This small but crucial component isn't meant to handle continuous pressure and will wear out faster, leading to expensive repairs. Also, holding the clutch down increases the risk of accidentally releasing it and stalling when you're not paying attention. When stopped, shift to neutral and release the clutch. This reduces unnecessary stress on the system and makes your drive smoother. You'll also be more relaxed instead of keeping your foot tense on the pedal. Mistake number three, resting your hand on the gear shifter. Many drivers keep one hand on the gear lever while driving, thinking it makes shifting faster. It seems harmless, right? But the truth is, your gear shifter is connected to the transmission forks, and resting your hand on it puts constant pressure on them. This can cause premature wear and misalignment over time, leading to rough shifting and expensive transmission repairs. Also, driving with one hand on the gear shift means you're not fully in control of the steering wheel, which can be dangerous in an emergency. Always return both hands to the steering wheel after shifting gears. The only time you should touch the gear stick is when you actually need to change gears. If you drive on highways or long roads, this habit is especially important to maintain full control of the car. Mistake number four, shifting without fully pressing the clutch. Some drivers think they can save time by shifting without fully pressing the clutch. But what actually happens is that the gear synchros don't fully engage, causing gear teeth grind against each other. This makes your gear shifts feel rough and jerky, and over time, your transmission might stop engaging properly. Always press the clutch pedal all the way to the floor before shifting gears. Make sure to release it smoothly while gradually applying throttle. This technique ensures a seamless and smooth transition, giving you better control over your car. Mistake number five, using the clutch to hold the car on a hill. When stopped on a hill, many drivers keep the clutch partially engaged to prevent rolling backward instead of using the handbrake. While this might seem like a good trick, it's actually a major mistake. Holding the clutch in this position creates constant friction between the clutch plate and the flywheel, burning out the clutch much faster than normal driving. This is one of the fastest ways to kill your clutch. Instead of using the clutch to hold the car, use the handbrake when stopping on an incline. When you're ready to move, release the handbrake while gradually engaging the clutch and pressing the accelerator. This technique, called the hill start assist method. Mistake number six, skipping gears unnecessarily. Skipping gears isn't always bad, but doing it wrong can damage your engine and transmission. Skipping gears too aggressively forces the engine and transmission to adjust too quickly, putting excessive stress on both. If you shift from third to first at high speed, for example, your engine could over-rev and damage internal components. Skipping gears also makes it harder to maintain control, as the car may jerk forward or lose momentum unexpectedly. If you need to skip gears, use a technique called rev matching. Blip the throttle slightly before shifting down to match the engine speed to the next gear. Otherwise, shift gears sequentially whenever possible to maintain a smoother ride and protect your transmission. Mistake number 7, revving the engine before releasing the clutch. Some drivers have a habit of revving the engine excessively before releasing the clutch when starting from a stop, thinking it makes the car launch faster. In reality, excessive revving causes unnecessary wear on the engine, burns more fuel, and can overheat the clutch. This mistake is especially common among new drivers who struggle with smooth acceleration. For normal driving, it is recommended to shift around 2,500 to 3,500 RPM. If you're going for performance, you can shift higher, but constantly hitting redline will shorten your engine's life. So far, if you find these tips helpful, then subscribe this channel for more honest tips. Keep coming. Let's move to the big mistake. Mistake number 8, driving in the wrong gear. Driving in too high or too low a gear is another common mistake that can harm your engine and reduce performance. If you drive in too high a gear at low speeds, the engine struggles to maintain power, leading to lugging. On the other hand, driving in too low a gear at high speeds forces the engine to over-rev, which increases wear and tear on internal components. To prevent this, it's important to shift gears at the correct RPM range, usually 2,000 to 3,000 RPM for most cars. Pay attention to how the car responds. If the engine sounds strained or sluggish, adjust your gear accordingly to maintain a smooth, efficient ride. Mistake number 9, holding the clutch while cornering. Some drivers press the clutch while turning to coast through a corner, thinking it gives them better control. Big mistake. Pressing the clutch disconnects the wheels from the engine, removing engine braking and making your car feel unstable and unpredictable. This increases the risk of losing traction, especially in rainy or snowy conditions. Always keep your car in gear while cornering. This allows you to use engine braking to control your speed and provides better stability and traction. If you need to slow down before a turn, downshift beforehand, but never press the clutch mid-corner. Mistake number 10, forcing the gear shift. Some drivers try to force the gear lever into place, especially when they feel resistance while shifting. They might think that pushing harder will fix the issue, but this is a major mistake. Your manual transmission gearbox relies on synchronizers to smoothly engage gears. When you jam the shifter into gear, you risk damaging these delicate components. The simple solution is, if the gear doesn't engage smoothly, don't force it. If a gear resists, release the clutch slightly, try again, or shift to neutral first before retrying. So there you have it. Avoiding these mistakes prevent your manual transmission car from repairs and save your wallet. Did you recognize any bad habits? Be honest. Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more driving tips and car advice. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.